Continuum Music Pedagogy. Visual image scores, the freedom to create noise and participate without traditional music reading skills. When notes, bars, and written instructions are set aside, something essential returns to the center of music making. Musicians begin to listen again. They express themselves through sound without first needing fluency in conventional notation. The experience is liberating, playful, and by its nature highly creative. A line score, or visual image score, does not prescribe what must be played. It offers a direction of movement and invites the body to decide how sound will travel. The eye follows the line, the impulse, and the body lead. Time becomes flexible. Pitch becomes relative, sometimes irrelevant. Sound arises as an active flurry of instinct, allowing subconscious impulses to move freely into audible form. For many players, those who are dyslexic, autistic, neurodivergent, or simply without formal score reading training, traditional notation can feel visually overwhelming. Dense symbols on white pages demand constant decoding and compete for attention. A single line on a dark field does the opposite. It reduces visual noise and lets motion be perceived before meaning. The line is not decoded. It is traced with the eye and held in the mind with a freer commitment, producing an honest result. This shift in approach matters. When music is treated as motion rather than correctness, anxiety diminishes. There are no wrong notes because there are no prescribed notes. What remains is continuity and interruption, weight and release, density and space. The performer listens not for accuracy against an external standard, but for coherence within the unfolding sound. Line and directional scores are especially powerful in groups. When several players follow the same line, or coexisting lines of possibility, the music becomes collective without becoming uniform. Performers move together through time and shared space, though not necessarily at a regulated tempo, while remaining independent in the particular sounds they choose. The result is often deeply human, irregular, responsive, and emotionally aligned, even when the players have never rehearsed together. A teacher or conductor can supply a light organizational frame, perhaps a whistle, a bell, or a simple gesture at the start of a new section, without removing the freedom of response. The cohesive energy remains secondary to the individual impulses it gathers. The same principle adapts readily across instruments. At the piano, one hand, or both, may trace a single line or independent lines in different registers. For percussion, the line becomes gesture, density, and attack. For the voice, it becomes breath, contour, and dynamic shape. In every case, the image does not dictate the result. It invites it. There is no single correct performance. Each realization differs, and that difference is the point. Recording these explorations yields confident, experimental work that participants can recognize as their own. The recordings often reveal something of each musician's personality and instinctive style, an intriguing and affirming document of what becomes possible when the barrier of traditional literacy is gently set aside. Within a broader continuum of musical learning, visual image scores restore a fundamental permission, the permission to make sound, to occupy space, and to participate fully, regardless of prior training in notation. They remind us that music begins in the body and the ear long before it appears on a page. By offering direction rather than prescription, they keep that beginning accessible to anyone willing to follow a line and listen to what follows.